everyone, welcome back to my channel. Thanks for tuning in. So today I am going to be doing another Movies, Monsters, and Makeup. So I'm going to try to do it different and see what works out, because the other way just kind of wasn't working for me. Okay, so like I normally have my eyebrows done, my face prepped and ready to rock and roll. My eyebrows are just not it today, but you know what? I don't want to work on it anymore. And then also my hair is a little wrecked. I tried to go back to the yellow in front, but I have black over, like, under it. So this is kind of how it looks right at the moment. Okay, so I'm gonna pin my hair back. Just talk about some movies. The first movie I want to talk about is the movie Demons. It's a 1985 movie directed by, it says Dario Argento. I always thought this was an Argento film, but actually it's not. He's part of it, but he didn't just, it wasn't all just him. It was also Lamberto Bava. So these directors are a part of the giallo genre. So if you don't know what giallo is, anyway, so with the movie Demons, they have one of the best special effects ever. Like, I love the special effects makeup in that movie. It's so incredible. I mean, no CGI, straight up gore fest. It's really great. The basis of this movie is people going to attend a free showing of, like, you know how when you're in like Las Vegas, or that's the only place I can think of, and they're like, oh, do you want to see this movie screening for free, and you review it or whatever. I never done it, but it's something like that. So they're going to this free screening. So there's this free screening, and there's some random guy in a like silver mask. He almost looks like he's part of like Terminator with how his mask looks. It's like this weird chrome mask. Anyway, so he's going out giving out these like tickets to people so they could come and see the movie. So there's a girl that receives one of the tickets, and she decides to blow her class, her college class, to go with a friend. The friend is kind of apprehensive, like, I don't know, maybe it's like a scary movie. I don't like scary movies. So, you know, she was hesitant to go to this, which I understand. If it's not your cup of tea, a scary movie, then of course you're not going to want to go. Anyways, the girl convinces her friend to go and check out the screening. When they arrive, they're greeted by some like weird girl with curly hair. I don't know. She just seems really strange. So when they get inside, there's a bunch of other people in there. There is this pimp with two ladies of the night in the lobby, and one of them decides to fuck around. She fucks around with what she thinks is like a prop, because in the center of the lobby there's like this weird dirt bike and a mask, a silver, kind of like a demon looking mask hanging off the handlebar. So she picks it up and, you know, puts it over her face and is like, boo, you know, trying to scare her pimp and her friend. Well, the other hooker. When she does that, she gets scratched by the mask. The mask scratches her somehow. Anyways, everybody goes and sits down, and you know, they're starting to get ready to watch the movie. Mind you, they don't have any idea what the hell this movie is about or anything like that. They're not told anything. Like I said, the guy that was giving them the free tickets, he didn't say anything. He just had this weird mask and was handing them out. So once everybody's settled into their seat, these two guys go and roll up on those two friends, the two girls from the beginning. So two guys roll up and try to, try to sit with them, keep them. They don't know who these guys are, so one of them is kind of like interested. The other one's kind of like, get the fuck away from me. But one of them doesn't want to give him the time of day, and I don't blame her. I mean, random men trying to sit with you. I would be weary too. So the movie starts, and it turns out it is a horror movie. Horror movie. Yes, a scary movie. The girl's friend is kind of upset. Well, because she doesn't like scary movies, and that's what it is. So as the movie is progressing, the movie within the movie that they're watching on screen, hooker, the one that was fucking around with the mask, she starts realizing, shit that's going on in the movie, within the movie, is actually similar to the shit that happened to her with getting scratched by that mask. Because in the movie, within the movie, somebody finds a mask and gets scratched by it. So she's kind of like, whoa, I was scratched by it. And she starts touching her face like, oh, she excuses herself to go to the bathroom to go check on her scratch. While in the bathroom, she starts noticing like her scratch is getting bigger and it's getting more painful and it's starting to pulsate. It's pretty fucking disgusting, but great. A great disgusting if you like that type of shit, which I do. So it's a great disgusting. Anyways, eventually this nasty pus-filled blob fucking pops. And of course, she's freaking out in pain and all this green shit is coming out. But back in the theater, her friend, the other prostitute, is getting worried about her friend that went to go clean her wound or to go, check on her face. So the other prostitute decides, you know what, she's been gone a long time, I'm going to go check for her. When she does that and she gets into the bathroom, she can hear her friend kind of making some noise in the stall. So the second prostitute decides to open the stall to see if her friend's okay. And lo and behold, she shouldn't have done that. Why shouldn't she have done that? Her friend is turned into a demon. Okay, so the first prostitute is now a demon because of that scratch. Same shit is happening in the movie that they're watching in the theater. So it's like whatever happens in that movie is happening in in real life, Whatever happening now is happening now. Okay? Hopefully you're not confused. But if you are, watch the movie, you will understand it a little better. Anyways, okay, so the first prostitute is now a demon. And she attacks her friend and scratches her. The friend takes off and is screaming, trying to get help. Nobody can hear her. Why? Because the movie in the theater, somebody is screaming and going nuts because the person in the movie is turning into a demon. So they just think it's part of the movie. When the second prostitute that was attacked finally gets into the theater, she finally gets everybody's attention to help her, and she soon starts turning into a demon herself, and it is really incredible. Her transformation into a demon, I mean, that shit will give you nightmares if you're scared. Like it's so good. The noise, the effects, just everything about it, so amazing. I love it. So once she's done, transforming into a demon, finally people are like, oh shit, we need to get the fuck out of here because she's like a demon. Everybody had to wait and watch her completely transform before they got scared to fucking try to escape. So, everybody's freaking out trying to escape, and they slowly realize that they're locked in there. All of a sudden, the door that they came through to get into the theater is now a brick wall. I don't know. It's now a brick wall. So people are getting attacked by those two demons, and you know, they're the people that are getting scratched or bit or attacked are now themselves turning into demons. So you got a bunch of demons just running around trying to kill and, you know, make more demons. There's a part that is, it's just like, I don't even know why, but is some junkies that are driving around sniffing coke out of a can of coke, and they get pulled over by the police and they decide to make a run for it. So they do. So they run into a back door to the theater, but they leave it open. So what happens? Demons escape. But we'll get back to that. We'll get back to that part. But I just need to kind of say it right now. So eventually those junkies, cokeheads, whatever you want to call them, they soon run into the fucking demons. And they're trying to find their way out. But slowly, one by one, you know, they're getting demonified. The demons are taking them. They're making more demons. So the people who haven't became demons yet, they are barricading themselves in the theater, trying to avoid becoming a demon. But, you know, eventually that goes to shit. So pretty much everybody becomes a demon besides two people. Which is the main girl in the beginning who got the tickets, and one of the guys that was interested in her. Unfortunately, their friends weren't so lucky and they became demons. Oh, the music in this movie is fucking great too. I just love it. So it's got a really great soundtrack. So, you know, almost everybody is a demon. They're trying to escape, but something really random happens and they eventually make it out of the theater. But it turns out that the escaped demons went on to make other demons out in the streets. So they are out. They're out of the theater. They are demons running rampant in Berlin. So, you know, the demons are taking over. So that's a little bit about the movie Demons. I highly recommend you guys watching it. I'm going to give it 4 out of 5 skulls. So that's going to be kind of like my movie rating is skulls. So the highest is 5, the lowest is obviously 1 or none. I guess I'm going to talk about a second movie. The next movie I'm going to be talking about is Alice, Sweet Alice. It's a movie that came out in 1974. So there's also another name for this movie, and it's called The Communion, because it has to do with a little girl getting murdered on her first communion. So there is a mom named Catherine, and she has 2 younger girls. One's named Alice, one is named Karen. The younger sister, Karen, is always getting tormented by her older sister, Alice. Why? I don't know. Alice is just kind of an asshole to her because, you know, it's her little sister. And, you know, Alice has some issues. So on the day that little Karen is supposed to make her or do her first communion, tragedy strikes and little Karen is murdered. Now, when she's being murdered, you don't see who's doing it. So you have no idea who murdered Karen. Somebody strangled her with a candlestick and placed her in this bench and set her body on fire. Once the smoke eventually hit the church, inside church seating area, that's when one of the nuns discovered poor little Karen's body, all burnt to a crisp. But nobody knows who killed Karen. Murdered. Before they found poor little Karen's dead body, the older sister did something very strange. She actually went up, was trying to get communion, but she wasn't supposed to. It was just supposed to be for the kids, the younger kids. Now, I don't know why Alice was trying to do this. Like, did she not do her communion yet? Or I don't know. It's not explained, but she wasn't doing it. But she somehow had Karen's veil, because these girls were like almost like wedding dresses and with a veil, weird shit. I had to do that as a child. I don't know, it's pretty weird. I still don't understand it, but anyways. So once Karen's body found, everybody's freaking out and going nuts, and nobody has answers as to what happened to Karen. So, the next day or a few days, the mom, Catherine, she's going through some shit. Her daughter just died and, was murdered. And she's having a hard time with her older daughter, Alice. Now, there's some family drama. Catherine, the mom, she's divorced. She has her fucking bitchy ass sister coming to help. Alice is just, she's not an easy teenager. She's giving them a lot of trouble. When they have Karen's, funeral, there's some suspicion about Alice. Why? Because she had Karen's veil, and, she was up there trying to do the communion, so they thought, well, maybe she hurt Karen, grabbed her veil, was taking her place to get the communion. Well, at least that's what the aunt thinks. The mom thinks, no, you're crazy. She didn't harm Karen. But you start, your motor's going in your head, because you know how Alice treated her younger sister Karen. She wasn't very nice to her. She tormented her. She, did a lot of messed up, she fucked with her a lot. During the movie, people are starting to get attacked. People are dying, and you don't know who is doing this. You see somebody in a raincoat that the school provides. So you're thinking, wow, that could be, a child doing this. A child is attacking people and killing them. That's why you start thinking, yeah, it is Alice. Alice, has issues, and she must have killed Karen. And she's attacking and killing other people who cross her, like her aunt. Her aunt and, Alice and her aunt do not get along at all. They fight, and because, Alice knows that the aunt doesn't care for her too much. So eventually the aunt is attacked, and she swears up and down that it was Alice who attacked her, because she saw the yellow coat. She, it was a small person, so she knows for a fact it was Alice. But you don't know. So Alice is actually taken into the police station to get a polygraph to see if it was her that attacked her aunt, killed Karen, who is, doing all this other fucked up shit to people. But Alice actually passes the lie detector test, except for one question. And that question was, do you know who attacked your aunt and everybody else? And, she answered, yes. And they're like, okay, who was it? And she said, Karen. Now, mind you, Karen is dead, but the lie detector determined that she was telling the truth, that she thinks it's Karen. Why does she think it's Karen? Because, you know, she tormented Karen. And she thinks Karen came back from the dead to, you know, to harm Alice for, you know, picking on her all the time. And also Alice saw somebody attack her aunt, saw somebody with, you know, the yellow raincoat, and it was a small person. So she assumed that, yeah, it was Karen. Karen was the one that's trying to get Alice and, you know, have her revenge. Well, the police are just not buying that, and they think it's Alice. They think it's Alice who attacked the aunt, killed Karen, and did all this other shit. So they put Alice in like a psychiatric children's shelter or whatever. But while she's in there, somebody else is attacked and killed. So it turns out it can't be Alice because Alice was locked away. So she couldn't have done it. So who could it be? Is it the ghost of Karen coming back to kill other people, or is it somebody else? You don't know until the end. And it kind of throws you in a loop, and you're like, oh, I saw that person earlier in the film and didn't think nothing of it. Well, I'm not going to spoil it for you today on who the actual killer was, but I will say that I ranked this movie 3 out of 5 skulls. Hang on, I'm going to put on my lipstick. Okay, so 3 out of 5 skulls. So if you like a good, you know, whodunit mystery type horror movie with some, you know, fucked up scenes and shit, then I really recommend you watching Alice Sweet Alice. I think you will really enjoy it. It's kind of giving that sleepaway camp vibe, but without, you know, that type of, without that fucking really twisted ending. But yeah, so those are our 2 movies today. I really hope you enjoyed this. I really hope it helped you decide if you want to watch these movies or not. If you do decide to watch them, comment down. Let me know what you think. Let me know if, you know, you like the movies or you didn't like them, or what was your favorite part. And then also some movie recommendations will be great if you want to throw some down there. And yeah, so I'm glad to be back. I hope you guys enjoyed this. Please give this video a like. Subscribe to my channel. And I'm also on Instagram at the Sarah Graham. And yeah, I'll be seeing you guys later. Bye-bye.